Hey, what's up, guys? It's N Squared Sports back. We're joined today by our golf analyst, Tom Stevens. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
So today
Ready to talk golf.
Yeah, we're without our other member of N Squared, so we have our golf analyst on today. We're going to be talking about the 2019 Open Championship. So I know some of y'all have commented that you wanted to see it, so here we are. That we're going to be talking about it today. So we're going to go into the odds first. So the odds, the favorite is Rory. He's 8-1 this week. Then you got Brooks Koepka is 10-1. DJ also 10-1. Jon Rahm 16-1. Tiger is 18-1. Justin Rose and Xavier is 20-1. And Ricky Fowler is 25-1 to list some of the favorites. So what do you think about these odds? Who do you have that sticks out to you in those?
Yeah, no surprise Rory's up there. I mean, he's in his comfort zone there. Loves being overseas, loves the British Open. He probably does have the best shot at getting this. I'm really shocked, actually, that Tiger, after winning the Masters, is at 18-1. I thought they would have gotten him higher, but if you look at his history, British Open's not always his friend when the weather hits, so that could be a biggie. Dustin Johnson, I'm not really that keen on just because he's a great player. I just don't see him finishing a lot. And the British Open, to me, requires a lot of imagination, although some of these guys have big power.
Yeah, speaking of Dustin Johnson at Chambers Bay, he had that tournament, and I think it was Chambers Bay, where on the weekend, he just really struggled and fell apart. So I definitely agree with that. A name that sticks out to me also is Jon Rahm. He's 16-1, one of the favorites. I know you're not a fan of him, but
Jon Rahm, I mean, he's won a couple things here and there, but
yeah.
As far as coming through big time, I don't know. I could see him finishing top 15.
Yeah, his antics on the course are sometimes questionable. So Jon Rahm, he just won the Irish Open about a couple weeks ago, and so he's played well overseas recently. So I think that's probably why he's up there. And odds also, Brooks Koepka, you have to put him in there.
Guy's an animal.
He's won so many majors. He just plays better in majors.
It's
so you
like,
have
is
to
he
put him in
taking
there.
something? The guy is just built like nobody else. He hits it like nobody else.
Yeah.
You'd think he would win almost every time.
Yeah. So he's up there for a reason. Justin Rose is always up there to me. He's just always good in the big tournaments. He seems like he plays well in big tournaments, so no surprise there. Another name that surprises me is Xavier. He's really young. He's 20-1 in this tournament, but I'll get to it later of his stats in the last couple British Opens, and also just his stats in general in big tournaments. He's really good, and he's a name that flies under the radar a lot, I feel.
So you've listed all these names, but where's Phil?
Yeah, so Phil in this tournament is 100-1.
Wow.
I think that's really, really low. I was surprised by that. Matt Kuchar is another name. He's 30-1.
Kuchar,
he's up there.
Always there. I don't understand that, but
Phil does surprise me a little bit because he's won a couple, right? Won a couple Open championships.
He knows how to play over there, and if it's his week, he'll come through. What do you think about Tiger?
Yeah, so Tiger 18-1. I just think Tiger always, now that he's back, is always going to be a good story, and everybody wants him to win more. He won the Masters, and now I just feel like it's more of people wanting him to win than actually them thinking he's going to win, because honestly, with all the other young guys coming up, I don't think it's realistic for him to win anymore. I think he probably is done with winning majors. He won the Masters. It's a great comeback story, but I don't know that he has really what it takes anymore to win a major tournament.
Yeah, the Masters is suited so perfectly for him, just like for Jack Nicklaus. And Tiger, when he gets in the weather, if you've looked at it, it's going to be, 50s to 60s, low 60s with some rain off and on. The wind kicks up. I see it a lot of times. The older the guys get, the harder it is to deal with those elements. So you're going to see some rain, you're going to see some wind. It's going to be cold, and you've got to have a lot of patience and endurance. And so I could see Tiger hanging in there for a day or two.
Yeah.
And if the weather calms down, there's a chance. But a lot of these guys could get knocked out because of the weather.
Yeah.
That they see.
So some surprising past results in the last couple of years in the Open. I think Rory is the biggest one. He's had a tie for second, tied for fourth, and tied for fifth in the last 3 years. So he's a top 5 machine when it comes to Opens.
Yep.
So I think that's why. Also, he had the course record at this course, Royal Portrush, when he was 16 in amateur. He had a 61, which is a course record.
61.
As a 16-year-old.
That is incredible.
So I think he's up there for a reason. Let's go now into our picks for the week. I have 3 picks, and I think you probably have 3
You never
as well.
mentioned your guy Ricky Fowler, though.
I'll get to him in a second.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
he hasn't even hit the show yet.
My guy is Ricky. I'll talk about him in a second. So
Okay.
I have 3 picks, and you can give your 3. So my 3 are definitely Rory is one. I think he's the favorite for a reason. My next pick is Xavier Shoffley. I think he's coming up. He's rising, and I think he'll be close this week. I don't know that he'll win, but he's gonna be close. And my 3rd is Ricky Fowler. This is the first time I mentioned him in the show.
Gotta put him in there.
Yeah, he's 25-1. His last couple finishes in the Open have not been great. He's tied for 28th, tied for 22nd, tied for 46th. So it's not the best resume, but he hasn't won a major yet, and he loves link style courses. He won the Scottish Open a few years ago. He really does love the wind and the rain, and he plays pretty well despite having the score. I think just the weekend rounds are tough for him, and I think this week could be his week to finally break out and win that first major.
He's got to learn to play 4 rounds. Ricky somehow just cannot play 4 rounds, and he can have 3 rounds and be the top of the leaderboard if you look at the stats. And then that one round, whether it's the first, the third, the fourth, he just can't get it done.
Yeah, you'll definitely see his name at the top of the leaderboard on day one. He just is always, he's a day one guy, and he just needs to learn to just keep it calm. I think he takes too many risks sometimes. He just goes for things where he should just lay back and just be content with just making par sometimes. I feel like he goes for it too much. But I think he has a really good shot this week, being 25-1. He has pretty good odds. So.
And you mentioned a point about the first round. A lot has to do. British Open's a little different. They tee off local time over there at 6:30 in the morning. The last tee time is at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. So you could be somebody who has a tee time at as soon as daylight comes up. And then you could be somebody who has a tee time so late you're barely finishing at the end of the day. Yeah. And the weather changes drastically. So I think their tee times are going to make a difference. And those guys, many times they can go out early on Thursday and late on Friday, can have a really good shot at it because they get off to a good start. But it all depends on the weather.
Yeah, so those are my 3 picks: Rory, Xavier, Shoffley, and Ricky. So do you have 3 that
I just get all personal, with my boy Phil. I just can't not pick him because he can have a week that's crazy, and if he's feeling it, watch out. Also got Matt Kuchar, who I just can't believe he's not higher up on the leaderboard. And last, he probably does have the best chances, Rory. I mean, you just can't not pick him because he's playing so well and has such a good game for this type course and this weather. So there's just no way he's not going to at least be up there on Sunday.
Yeah. So let's go into our sleeper. I have one sleeper, and I think you probably have a sleeper. So my sleeper is Tommy Fleetwood. He is from England. He's from around that area. He's 25-1 in the odds. His last 3 finishes, he missed the cut in 2016. He had tied for 27th in 2017, and last year was tied for 12th. So he's trending upward, and I think he really loves the environment there. Everybody loves him there. He's a hometown guy, and I just think it's close to his time because he's played really well recently, and I think this is a great place to win his first major. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I would say if you were betting, I would bet on him. I think he's a good bet.
Interesting. I don't know that I really have a sleeper that would be a shock other than Phil. I just think nobody expects him to win.
Yeah.
And he actually could come through and I think surprise a lot of people. But he's such a big name, he's not really a sleeper. I also think you ought to look for somebody local, somebody who's from there, that area, who's on the tour but not really well known. A local person could come through and take this thing.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you like this video, you want more golf, subscribe and like it, and comment down below what you think, and we'll see you next video.